great show. So we start off to this, having a quote-unquote performance review, and it all comes down to he's been lying and formulating this rumor all by himself. And then bam, Seth walks in and discusses the fact that he will be in the Royal Rumble. And then Strowman walks in and demands that he wants to have Roman or Gold. First match of the night is the 2-on-1 handicap match for the United States Championship. Roman Reigns versus the team of Y2J, Chris Jericho, and Kevin Owens. Whoever pins Roman Reigns out of Chris or Kevin is the United States Champion, or Roman can always just retain himself. But the match doesn't actually start because bam, Strowman comes out and interrupts before the match can actually get started. And then Seth appears with a steel chair in his hand and decides to, help out his old Shield brethren. And then the match doesn't start. Then Stephanie comes out and she makes the matches of Seth versus Braun, and she pushes back the US title until the main event. Because yay, that's always fun. So then after that we go into... Give me a second here, just looking at my notes. Okay. After that, we go into Seth versus Braun, and it ends in a double count out. After the match, Braun is outside of the ring, picks up a steel chair, but thinks he's going to go in there, beat the crap out of Rollins, but that obviously doesn't happen because he's Rollins. He's Seth freaking Rollins. And then Seth manages to get the upper hand by kicking the steel chair into Braun's leg, and then Braun retreats. So backstage, we have Bayley and Sasha discussing Bayley's victory last week over Nia with the interference of Sasha, even though she technically didn't interfere in the match, but she kind of didn't, it gets complicated. So anyway, Sasha says, yeah, I'm on your side, I'll help you at the Rumble if Charlotte's little protege, little bitch whore thing, I don't even know what Dana is, man, she's just like a thing, and no one really likes her, so just moving on. If she interrupts and then bam, out of nowhere, Charlotte comes in, has a little bit of a promo back and forth with them, and then Nia attacks Sasha from behind, and then while that's going on, Charlotte decides to attack Bayley. Actually, a pretty decent little segment. I do think, though, that Sasha's going to turn on Bayley at the Rumble, then bam, we get heel Sasha, and that's the best Sasha. So after that, we have Gallagher versus Gulak, and Gallagher wins via pinfall. I mean, there's not really much more to talk about that. After the match, he announces that there should be a parlay between himself and the dude who I can't remember the name of. But that's not really important because 205 Live is a different show. But that's just promo stuff for 205 Live. Anyway, backstage, Mick is looking for The Undertaker, and then Stephanie appears and talks about The Undertaker and blah, 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 blah. Mick promises Taker will be there. Then we have Shawn Michaels come out, and man, his entrance still is really freaking good. Shawn is the man. And then Rusev, Jinder Mahal, Lana, and some other people come out and discuss Shawn's upcoming movie, and then I lost attention because it just got to be a cluster when friggin' Enzo and Cass came out, and then there was the other guys. There was 6 people in the ring, and I'm just not. So after that, you get Big Cass versus Jinder Mahal, and Big Cass wins because he's Big Cass. Then you have Neville versus Lince Dorado, and Neville wins that via submissions with the Rings of Saturn. Actually quite nice looking too. So then after that you have a post-match beatdown, and then bam, ooh, can you handle this? Ooh yeah, can you handle this? Friggin' Rich Swann returns and makes the save for Lince Dorado. I can't wait for this match between these two for the Cruiserweight title too. It should be freaking awesome. I can't wait to see what they end up changing Neville's finisher to, unless they're just going to leave it as the Rings of Saturn, which looks pretty nice, but I mean, I don't know. They've really got to change his name away too from the king, the man that gravity forgot, because I can't help but notice they're still sometimes calling him that on commentary and on his way to the ring, but nah, he's just the king of the cruiserweights, and I haven't really seen him do too much flippy stuff since he's turned heel. But anyway, I digress. We then have a backstage segment with Sasha and Bayley demanding Nia and Charlotte for next week, but no, Stephanie's not having any of that because her lady balls are showing and she's going to give it to them tonight, even though Sasha's technically kind of maybe medically cleared to compete. It's up in the air. But I digress. And then you have Gallows versus Sheamus, which ends really abrupt. It's not abruptly, but it just kind of ends. Sheamus wins it, but like before that, I don't know, Cole Anderson threw a water bottle into Cesaro's face, because like, you know, that's a great distraction. Then like jumps off the announce table up the top because the tag partners were on commentary, and then that distracts Sheamus, and then Gallows hits this really nice looking move. I'm not actually 100% sure what it was. And then Sheamus just like gets the upper hand when Cesaro does his Cesaro spin to Carl Anderson up there on the thing, and then yeah, Sheamus wins. That about sums that up. So then you have the Undertaker segment, if he actually shows up. Spoiler alert, he shows up. So Mick's in the ring, you know, saying the Undertaker's going to be there, saying he can sense the Undertaker. Then like the lights go out, and then bam, Stephanie appears, like pretty much about to fire Mick as it goes, because like SmackDown's been beating him in the ratings or some crap. I don't know. SmackDown's a better show. It's like more adult wrestling, kind of like NXT used to be. But NXT has gone retarded, which is stupid. And then gong. 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 The motherfucking Undertaker appears, which I'm not sure how I feel about that, because like I was looking forward to seeing him on SmackDown. But anyway, I digress. And to quote the Undertaker, I will be entering the Royal Rumble. He then goes on and says he does what he wants to do when he wants to do it. He goes where he wants, and no one can control the Undertaker while he's looking at Steph. So that could be interesting. I mean, last year friggin' Vince controlled the Undertaker, but like, I don't know, maybe Vince has bigger testicles than Steph. I don't know. One way to find out, and that's for Steph to show us her lady balls. So then we have a New Day segment. Nope, sorry, New Day segment's not next. But next we've got the Sasha, Bayley, Nia, and Charlotte match, which ends with probably the most underwhelming finisher of a fat bitch sitting on you. Yep, Bayley gets pinned by a fat bitch by dropping her leg all over her. Nia is a fat bitch, 'cause she's a slow bitch. Then yeah, so that sums up that. We then get the New Day segment of the New Day's proposal to Titus, which has a recap from 7 years ago of NXT when Titus carried a barrel. Yeah, Titus can carry barrels apparently. Which ends up turning into a match between Kofi and Titus. I wasn't really paying attention to this point, because like New Day's just really gone downhill since they finished with the tag team titles, and I got bored, so I decided to go on Twitter and start spamming Roman Reigns fans. So yeah, and then Kofi wins, and that sums that up. And then we have the main event, which is the 2-on-1 handicap match between the team of Jerry KO, his name, and if you don't believe me that is his name, you can go screw yourself, because like he is a faggot. And then Jericho wins. Like Kevin and Owens beat down Reigns before the match, and then stuff happens. Roman friggin' hits the apron powerbomb, which looked brutal, I might add. Because, like, that's one thing that Owens is really good at. And then, yeah, goes back into the ring. Jericho hits a code breaker after Kevin screams his Kevin Owens show. 1, 2, 3, we've got a new US champion. Which really concerns me, because now I'm kind of convinced that they may or may not put the belt on Roman. And if that's the case, I'm kind of scared. And at this point, I'm not 100% sure who my Rumble pick is now, since Undertaker, Goldberg, Lesnar, freaking almost every goddamn person you can think of is in the motherfucking Royal Rumble. So I'm still thinking Balor's going to win it, but like, they need to eliminate Lesnar, Goldberg, and everyone kind of before he gets in there. I'm tipping that Lesnar and Goldberg are going to take each other out, and I mean, they could have Taker win it so he can go on to face Cena for the title, which also concerns me, because I don't want Cena to win that title against Styles, because I think Styles is doing really good with the title at the moment, and unfortunately, if you take that title off him, I don't know what they're going to do with him. Because they've just put Dean back into the IC title picture, and if you're going to have Taker and Cena being like in charge of SmackDown for the time being, I really don't know where you're going to go with Styles. It's really concerning. But in a nutshell, that was Raw, and a little bit of my overall thoughts on what's going to happen at the Rumble. I'm still not 100% sure who's going to win the Rumble, as I said, but I'm really hoping it's Balor, because it's about in his time frame to him come back, and I'm convinced that he's going to win it. Like, about number 29 or something, like, towards the end of it. He's not going to come out while all the big guys are in the ring, unless he does, and that'd just be weird. So it's going to be real interesting to see who starts this match this year, considering we know that Goldberg and the other two are going to be in there, and there's really no chance for pretty much anyone else in that match. Strowman could also win it too, and that'd be really freaky interesting. But I digress. Then again, Strowman versus freaking Reigns or Owens at WrestleMania? I'm not sure about that. That just sounds weird. But anyway, thanks for checking out my Raw recap. And with that, I'm out. I will talk to you all later. Peace.